Hello again, rail fans. It's Travis from RockRiverRails. Today is Wednesday, November 26, 2025, and we are headed back to Menards, this time in Machesney Park, Illinois. Last time we were in Beloit, Wisconsin, and we want to see if every Menards location carries the same model railroad inventory or if they're different. And it turns out they are different. So here we go. In the model railroad aisle, we have a Sacred Heart Hospital. It's got a helicopter on top with flashing red beacon LED lights. This is O scale. And then an emergency vehicle out front with some police, it looks like. So nice flashing lights on the vehicle with lit up headlights as well. This whole row here is basically to show you what everything looks like when it's lit up and animated. And then moving along next, we have the Cripple Creek County Jail with some police vehicles, some police, an inmate, and very nice detail and weathering on the stonework there. And then moving along next to the jail, we've got some sort of industry building or shop with, again, nice brickwork on the building. This one is just a side view, so not exactly sure what this one is. Either way, it looks nice. And then here we have an oil pump. Something you would see on an oil field, again, O scale. It says animated oil pump with moving arm. So an oil rig here with some workers that should move. It's just not moving today. So I don't know if there's no power going to it or what. And then here we have a coaling facility. So nice building up top there. A worker, a coal car. It says a limited edition Sudie's coal car for Sudie's coal tipple in O scale. So very nice detail there with the lighting and the landscape and the moss going up on those beams. And then here we have the American Materials Plant number 2. This one says multi-scale structure. So it looks like O scale, S scale, and HO scale with different heights. So I'm assuming it either moves and it's adjustable, or they just made this variable for multi-scale structure layouts. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but they say that it'll do O scale, S scale, and HO scale. And then here we have a Schneider freight building. So Schneider Freight loading dock with some bays. This forklift, if you take a look here, is actually moving in and out of the dock bay. And then they got a worker out front there. Worker out front with the hand truck, a dog, some wooden crates, a pallet, lots of lights, nice color. Also going to be an O scale. I believe this whole row here is O scale. And then here we have an O scale Rocket Diner. The diner sign lights up. Some other various lights. Got some people out front eating their meals. Some garden scenery with the fence. The old Dodge truck out front. So a 50s era diner, it seems to be here in O scale. So very nice detail, even some nice bushes there. The grass is very detailed. Next up, we've got a main street with the candy shop that is lit up with some people and some kids. Very nice coloring. An opening soon business in the middle. And then a Mark Twain's bookstore on the end. So Main Street Series, building number 1, multiple lights, some old vehicles, some Plymouths, and then 2 pre-lit lamp posts. So very nice detail there on the main street. I really like that. And then next we've got a Menards water tower. It has a flashing red beacon on top. Very realistic. That would be a FAA aviation requirement there for the flashing beacon. So that really adds a lot. And then here we have Jimbo's Gym. So a workout facility. Very nice detail here. Lots of lights in this building. We've got people on top working out on the treadmills. Some exercise balls on the top left there. An exercise ball station. A lit up main building there for the lobby. So very nice detail on Jimbo's Gym. And then here we have Mo's Cycle Shop. So Mo's motorcycle shop and repair facility. Some motorcycles out front. Some nice lighting. Nice weathering. Also in O scale. And then here we have the National Power and Light Company facility. O scale. Lots of lights in LED. We've got dock doors here, very detailed there. We've got an office door. Nice detail on the building itself. Some windows. Numerous lights on the building. And then the National Power and Light sign here with bright colors, very easy to read. And then another flashing red light beacon on the top of the building. This is also in O scale. So lots of detail here. It's a very big and tall building. And then next up here, we've got Spreecher's Root Beer Brewery. So Spreecher's Root Beer Facility. They've got workers on the platform there, the loading dock it looks like. Hand trucks, a dog, some lighting on these on that metal roof overhang. Got some nice lighting there. Got some frosted windows with some backlighting. The Spreecher root beer sign that is flashing and lit up. And then another red flashing beacon on the top of the building here. So lots of lights, lots going on there. Very nice Spreecher root beer facility. And then here we have a Gamer and Thrones. So this looks like a toilet manufacturer. We've got a couple toilets or thrones out front with some workers, a hand truck there, some lighting, really nice lighting up there on top and under the metal roof. Very nice detail on the stonework and also a flashing red light on top. I really like the lighting. It really adds a lot of detail to these structures. And then moving along here, next we have the Country Inn and Suites Hotel. Country Inn and Suites in O scale. Very nice lighting down below. Some people out front with another dog. Lots of dogs in these structures, which is very cool. Over 50 LED lights. They're not flashing. They are static lights. The camera is just making them flash a bit. But Country Inn and Suites by Menards. Very nice lit up sign as well. And then here we have our Main Street again. I think the price tag is off. It says FedEx building, but I would assume it's probably 50 to 80 bucks on this Main Street that we looked at before when it was all lit up. And then here we have the Schneider Freight building, the Schneider Freight loading facility. That one, the price is correct, $89.99. So not a bad price there with the movement and all the lights. $89.99 on the Schneider Freight building. And then up next here, we've got the wooden warehouse for $39.99. Very nice detailed roof and weathered roof. Got some nice Purina Chow sign there. A pallet. Very nice coloring. And then we've got an Amtrak station here. The Amtrak station pricing is correct there. $79.99. I'm assuming that also lights up. Very nice Amtrak sign and logo there. Really like that detail on that building. The sidewalk is even very detailed as well. And then next, we have the Union Station here next, with people out front on the platform. Bustling train station with 6 figures and luggage. I'm assuming also lights up. Union Station, $69.99 there. Next we have, this is a boxcar scene. Looks like a boxcar maintenance office, if this labeling is correct, for $49.99. So it says the truck lights up on the headlights. I'm assuming the building does as well. But either way, very nice detail. And then next we have a Sinclair service station. A few of these with some nice old pickup trucks, some gas pumps, service bay doors. Looks like a little car wash in there as well. Very nice detail, very nice color. The pavement looks great, or the asphalt as well there. Really like the coloring there. I really like Sinclair stuff. Looks like $50 there, $49.99 on the Sinclair service stations. So they've got 3 of these in stock for Sinclair, $50. And moving along here next, we've got the Cripple Creek Tractor Repair Facility. Also an O scale. Everything we've looked at so far here is an O scale, it seems. So very nice looking building there. Just a picture of the box for $34.99. And then here we have our gym, our workout facility we looked at earlier. Looks like Jimbo's Gym is $69.99. So $70, not a bad price on that with all the lights and detail and a lot going on inside the building. So lots of windows, lots of color. $70, can't beat that really. And then here we have a nice house. I believe this one is Grandma's house. Doesn't look like the price tag is aligned there. Looks like Grandma's house on the left. That price tag is $69.99. So $70 for Grandma's house. Lots of detail, nice color. Got that nice tree out front. And then here is our main street again with the candy shop, the new business, and the bookstore. Looks like pricing on that is correct. Main Street bookstore, $99.99. So $100 for the Main Street. So let me know in the comments what you think about the prices. Are they fair? Are they low? Are they high priced? And then here we have the Caboose Coffee. Caboose Coffee, $69.99. So $70 there. Looks like a Starbucks knockoff coffee shop, $70. Again, an O scale. And then here, I believe this one is HO scale, $40 for that same scene as earlier, I believe. And then we have our HO Union Station. So kind of a repeat from earlier, this time in HO. This one is $49.99, $50. And then more HO here. Looks like we've got an old water tower, if the labeling is correct, for $29.99. Lots of detail there. Lots of detail. And then we have a mine shaft. Looks like $39.99 on the mine shaft in HO scale. So a good variety of HO scale as well. Then we've got that same oil rig, oil pump, $29.99 in HO scale. And then various collectible railroad logos, $5 there on the New York Central system, and then $20 on the other one. Not bad pricing. Looks like $20 on the HO scale Menards water tower. Sunoco fuel station there, HO scale, $30. I really like that Sunoco racing fuels layout piece there. So a nice piece to add to your layout if you're into racing or Sunoco racing fuels, $29.99. Then we've got some power adapter here, $8. And then a classic wood train whistle for $2 for the kids if they want a train whistle. You can get those for the kids and they may enjoy that. And then we've got our Sinclair service stations here in HO, $49.99 from what it looks like. There it is, Sinclair gas station, $39.99. So Sinclair is $39.99, $40 in HO. And then we've got Jimbo's Gym in HO scale here. Jimbo's Gym in HO scale is going to be $59.99, $60. Probably has all the same lighting effects as well. So not too bad for $60 in HO scale. And then we've got a Bachmann ready-to-run train set, a Red Hawk. If the price is right on that, it looks like $140. That one looks like HO scale. Yep, HO scale there on the Bachmann Red Hawk. Got a couple of them in stock. So if you want kits that are ready to roll, they've got those here at Menards in Machesney Park, Illinois. And then nothing on the below shelf here. Looks like was another kit for $250 of some sort. And then we've got this scene here with the spacecraft, the UFO. Looks like some M&Ms and various other figures. HO scale, $69.99, $70. Says party bus on the UFO. So something different there. Something different to add to your layout. And then here we've got that little, which one is this? The Cripple Creek Lumber, or this is the Wooden Warehouse. $25 in HO. $24.99 for the Wooden Warehouse in HO. There's another one there. So same detail as the O scale building. They've also just got it in HO scale. And then an HO scale ice cream shop. Don't see a price there. Here's a sale price, $29.99, $30 on this Tide facility. So it's a Tide chemical plant. I think one of my friends actually has this Tide chemical plant and did a review on it on their channel. And it looks very realistic. So $30, you can't go wrong. Especially because that one is also lit up as far as I remember. So lights on that Tide facility for $30, can't beat it. And another look at it here. Pretty tall facility, lots of detail, lots of guardrails, lots of color. So can't beat it for $30 on sale. And then we've got a Sioux Line O-gauge train set here. So ready to run. Looks like $250 there. And then we've got a dinosaur train here in O-gauge, the Dino Express. Dino Express for the kids in O-gauge. Dinosaur train looks like $299, so $300 there, if I saw that price correctly. And then they've got some fast track, O gauge track here, $5, $10, $2.50. So lots of O gauge track in stock. Some more O gauge, 30-inch straight here for $5, $4.99. So I don't think that's a bad price at all on some O gauge trackage. More O gauge track here. Looks like some curves, $3. 0.31, 0.42 curve, 0.72 curve is $3.99. And then $2.99 on the end there. So lots of O gauge track. If you're looking for track in O gauge, Menards looks like the place to be, at least in Machesney Park, Illinois, for your O gauge track. And then another Country Inn and Suites. That one, I believe, maybe HO scale for $109.99. Very realistic hotel. And then another shot of the O gauge train sets here. So moving along, another shot of the O gauge track. And then down below here, more of the O gauge curves here. 0.54, 0.36, 0.96, and then some billboards on the end there. And then down below, we've got the National Power and Light Station again. That one, I believe, is $100. And then the American Materials Plant, $80. I didn't get close enough to see the scales on those. I'm assuming that one there is going to be O scale, but I don't know for sure. I should have taken a little bit closer look at these. But regardless, numerous buildings in stock. The power company and this American Materials Plant. Again, with LED lights. So these are powered. So if the price is correct, $100 there, $99.99 on National Power and Light for $100. So not bad. And then moving along again, we've got this nice weathered and rustic building here. I believe this one is HO scale for $89.99. Actually, maybe it is O scale with a closer look there for $90. And then we've got our Sunoco Racing Fuels building again. That one is O scale, $44.99. And then we've got O scale billboards here for $24.99. So not bad prices. Adds a lot of detail to your layout. I really like the Sunoco Racing Fuels structure there. And moving along, we've got the Cripple Creek County Jail, which we looked at earlier in O scale. $79.99, so $80 on the jail there. Cripple Creek County Jail, $80. And then next to it, we've got the Cripple Creek Sand and Gravel Station. It's got a truck that comes with it. The sand and gravel facility for $39.99. And then our Gamer and Thrones toilet manufacturing facility. Looks like it's on sale for $59.99. So $60 on Gamer and Thrones. And then another look at the jail and the sand and gravel facility. So not bad prices. That jail is very detailed with the brickwork and the lighting, so not a bad price there. And then we've got that multi-scale structure that we talked about earlier for $89.99. They say it fits different scales. I'm not sure how it works, like I said, but there's that. And then we've got the mine shaft number 12, $59.99. That one looks like O gauge. So $59.99 on the mine shaft number 12. And then we've got like another UFO there on the end for $99.99. And then this other alien spacecraft here. The alien or the Martian spacecraft scene looks like the UFO in the woods. So definitely different, not something I would do, but I have seen these on some layouts at various shows I've been to. So some people like that. So it depends on what you like. Different strokes for different folks. And then another look here at this row. And then again down below. So lots of different things, different strokes for different folks. Lots of O scale and HO scale structures. Moving along, we've got the Memphis Belle O gauge for $24.99. Some rolling stock here now. So the Memphis Belle. And then we've got the this one here, some sort of gondola or coal car for $24.99 on that gondola. We've got a Western Pacific hopper for $24.99. I really like the coloring on that. We've got a NS Pennsylvania hopper here. I didn't see a price on this one, but very nice colors and detail. Keep in mind these are all O gauge, so this is all O scale here. We've got the New Haven ore cars or hopper cars, chassis system Operation Lifesaver boxcar. The boxcar is $34.99. And then we've got the Spam trailer and truck on the chassis system flats for $34.99, the 2-packs. We've got Pennzoil and a Pennzoil truck on Menards flat, it looks like, or some sort of flat for $34.99. Burlington Northern hoppers, look like some ore hoppers. The pricing's not right there. That label is off. We've got a TTX well car with double stacks, containers included. And then the TTX well car here for $29.99. Again, these are all O scale. We've got an auto rack here for $39.99. $40 on the auto rack. Another yellow TTX auto rack, $39.99. So $40, price is correct there. And we've got various trucks, Sinclair, Dutch Boy, Santa Fe, U.S. Army, $7 it looks like on these. $6.99, not a bad price. And then again, a shot of the store itself and what they have to offer in their model railroad inventory. So not all Menards carry the same model railroad inventories. Seems to be that each store is definitely different. So thanks for tuning in. Please give the video a like. Please leave a comment on the video with your thoughts of the inventory and the prices and the detail and all your general thoughts. So definitely leave us your comments. and definitely subscribe to the Rock River Rails channel. Again, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.